Hello, hello, what up? It's John, your movie madman, and I'm back. So, what am I going to show you today? Well, you already know, because you clicked on this video. So you know what I'm going to talk about. So, I can't really surprise you, which is a shame. I would like to do a video one day where I surprise you. And do you know what that will be? That will be the video when I talk about my favourite film, once I hit those 50 subscribers. So get subscribing, guys, if you haven't. So today, as you know, we're talking about these two beauties, Deadpool and Deadpool 2. Now, we'll start with Deadpool, because, well, it's the first one, so it makes sense to start with the first one. It's got a nice little bit of artwork on the 4K disc there, although for some reason I feel like the Blu-ray disc looks better, even though it's upside down. There you go. I think the Blu-ray disc looks better, to be fair, but it's nice that they changed the artwork for the 4K. Now this film is quite interesting actually, because I saw this in the IMAX, so it was already in 4K in the IMAX. I then bought it on Blu-ray, and there straight away I was just like, this isn't as bright, because I'd seen it so many times in the IMAX. I noticed that the picture wasn't as bright as it was in the cinema. So then when I got my 4K Blu-ray player, this was one of the first 4K films I got. I got this before I had a 4K TV. I got my 4K Blu-ray player because my friend had a 4K TV, and so I bought a 4K Blu-ray player basically so I could watch films on his telly, which is a bit sad, but we won't go there. But I've got a 4K TV now myself, which I will show you one day actually. I can see it, but you can't. I'll show you one day. It's only a 55-inch. I see a lot of videos out there where people are like, oh, I've got like a 77-inch 4K TV, and you're just like, Jesus. I couldn't even fit a 77-inch 4K TV into my room. I struggled getting a 55-inch 4K TV into my room. But you know, that's enough about comparing inches. We don't need that, alright? I adore this movie. Like, I love the way how the first act of the film and the second act of the film are edited together to make it like one opening act. I think that's brilliant, because I don't know if you noticed when you watch this, but the intro is literally the first 45 minutes of the film. But it's so incredible how they've done it. I think it's edited so well, the way that they put it together. I love the way that he talks to the audience as well, the fourth wall breaking. Although there is a moment where he says, oh, it's a fourth wall break inside a fourth wall break. That's 16 walls. It's not, it's 8. If you get a box with 4 walls and put it inside another box with 4 walls, 4 plus 4 is 8, not 16. It's not 4 times 4, is it? The chase scene in this film. There's a chase scene at the beginning. It basically takes up like the first 10-15 minutes of the film. It's probably my favourite thing that I've ever seen in a film. This isn't my #1 film. No, you're right. I'm pretty sure it's in my top 69, but I have a lot of films in my top 69. That's why there's 69 of them. I did used to have a top 20, which then grew to a top 35, and then it got to a point where I was like, I want so many films to be on this list, so I extended it to a top 69, because I thought it was a really appropriate number. But the chase scene at the beginning, there's a moment where he kills like 4 bad guys at the same time. One of them flies through the air and splats on the road sign. It's probably one of my favourite things I've ever seen in a film. And then the body drops down later. It's brilliant. I love that it's a Marvel movie, but it's an adult Marvel movie. They might have gone a bit far with the adult side of it, because I mean, like with Kick-Ass, they always do this thing. I don't know why. Kick-Ass, Logan, and Deadpool stick to mind. They think, oh, it's an adult film, so we have to put loads of swearing in it. And it's like, if you took out all the swearing from this film, it would still be 15 rated. If you took all the swearing out of Logan and Kick-Ass, they'd still be 15 rated. And I think, I don't know, I'm not offended by swearing, but I think sometimes they just chuck it into films and it just feels a little bit pointless. When people say stuff like abso-fucking-lutely, you're literally just swearing for the sake of swearing. It's a bit like watching Wolf of Wall Street. And fuck, they say fuck a fucking fuckload of times in that film. I fucking tell you that. The Wolf of Wall Street, you wait till I do my review for that. Yeah. They say fuck a lot in the Wolf of Wall Street. 527 fucks in 3 hours. That's fucking mental. Logan, they mention, well, not in this one, because Logan wasn't out when they did this, but they mentioned Logan in Deadpool 2, which is quite funny. But that was weird. Seeing Patrick Stewart as Xavier swearing was just weird. You're like, you don't need to do that. It's like, oh, fuck off, Logan. And you're just like, what have you done to this film? But anyway, enough about Logan. So yeah, Deadpool 1, brilliant, love it. 4K wise is absolutely astronomical. Because, I mean, I was really disappointed with the Blu-ray because it wasn't as bright as the cinema. And then when I got it in 4K, that brightness came back. So I was pretty excited about that. It's not too long, it's not too short, which is always what you want to see in a film. The amount of times that people see a long film and they complain about it being long, unless it's Lord of the Rings for some reason. No one seems to care that Return of the King's 4.5 hours long. They're quite happy to watch that, but as soon as like Zack Snyder's Justice League came out, everyone was like, oh, it's too long. And it's like, it's not even as long as Lord of the Rings. Next, Deadpool 2. Now, the first thing I have to say about this was the case. As soon as I got this through the post, the case was broke. So, my disc here keeps falling out, which is really annoying because whenever I pick the box up, it's just rattling around inside. But it's only the Blu-ray, so it's not scratched or anything like that. In this is the theatrical version and the super duper fucking cut. As you see that there, super duper, and then they've starred out the fucking and then cut. Although it's obviously not cut because it's longer. I don't know why they do that. They call it the director's cut, even though it's longer. But it sounds like it's cut, but it's not. Does that make sense? They're both in 4K in this box, the theatrical version and the extended version. Yesterday, Disney Plus announced that Deadpool has finally come to Disney Plus. And I had a look on there, and Deadpool 2 was on there, but not Deadpool 1, which I thought was a bit rude. Maybe Deadpool 2 is more appropriate. I don't know. To be fair, there's loads of sex in the first Deadpool, and there's none in the second one, so it might have had something to do with that, but I don't know. They take cocaine in this one, so who knows? Well, Disney probably knows. But anyway, I was watching the 4K restoration of this on Disney Plus for a little bit yesterday while I was waiting for my friend to pick me up, and that was only the theatrical version, and straight away, I mean, it'd been on for a couple of minutes, and I was like, wow, this really is shorter. The opening of this, where there's like 5 or 6 different fights at the beginning, and that's so much longer in the extended version, and so much more detailed in the extended version. So, if you haven't seen the extended version of Deadpool 2 and you like Deadpool 2, definitely watch the extended version. I mean, it's 15 minutes longer. Granted, about 5 minutes of that is all at the beginning, but who cares? Some people said they didn't like Deadpool 2, but I liked it. I don't know if I would go as far as say it was better than the first one, but it's on par, is a good way to put it. There is so much in this film that I enjoy. Like when he jumps over a car to get onto the lorry and stuff like that. And Ryan Reynolds is just hilarious. I think he's really funny in this film. He's really funny in the first one as well. There's the brief cameo from Brad Pitt that everyone remembers, which was quite funny because he plays an invisible man. There's this girl here, Domino. She's like one of the best things about the film as well. Like her superpower is that she's lucky, and they're so funny the way that they put that into the film. Like she's absolutely lucky about absolutely everything, which is just hilarious. I love Josh Brolin playing Cable as well. Pretty sure they used the C word in this film too. I don't know if it's more than once, but it's definitely in there. One thing you do need to look out for when, I don't know if a lot of you noticed, but when Cable first gets to Earth, there's these 2 hillbillies having a chat, sat by a lorry, and those 2 hillbillies are played by Matt Damon and Alan Tudyk, which is quite funny. You see them more in the extended version. There's more of them in that. That's a funny little amusing part in the film for me, it was. 4K wise again, looks spectacular. I mean, What doesn't look spectacular in 4K? Terminator 2, apparently. I've heard Terminator 2 is pretty crap in 4K, but I haven't seen it. So yeah, I mean, this film I've only ever seen in 4K because I saw it at the cinema in the IMAX, and then when I bought it in 4K straight away. I didn't buy it on Blu-ray first. So I'm going to stop talking now. So I'm going to go. If you could like this video and subscribe to my channel, that'd be really nice. Look forward to that Wolf of Wall Street video. I should probably buy it.